Hey guys, what's up? It's Zach, and I know it's been a while, but I've got another Transformer review for you today. Today we will be taking a look at the MP10SG, which is the masterpiece Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Shattered Glass universe is an alternate idea made by the comic writers to where the Autobots are the bad guys and the Decepticons are the good guys. So in this universe, Optimus is kind of like a tyrant, and you guys know Nemesis Prime is my favorite, so I took a liking to this guy pretty quickly. I saw that they had a Shattered Glass variant, and given that purple is my favorite color, and that he's like Nemesis, I decided to go for it. So, I guess there's nothing more to do than get right into it. I did keep the box for some reason. Mainly because I like the artwork here. I like this picture of Shattered Glass kind of taking down his original self. That looks kind of like Orion Pax's arm. I like the artwork, and it's a pretty big box. Side, you've got the purple Autobot logo, got the Generations logo, barcode. On the back, you've got your product shots with him and his accessories, his Energon Axe, his vehicle mode, his various trailers, and you get a little bio up top. It says, in the Shattered Glass universe, the Decepticons fight to save Earth from being destroyed by the ultimate army of destruction, Optimus Prime and the Autobots. So that's all we've got for that, and if you open it up, you see where the figure would be, and you get another product shot of Prime. And the bio reads, in the Shattered Glass universe, Cybertron is a dark and different place. Once just a simple librarian named Optronics, the deranged and dangerous warrior now known as Optimus Prime plotted and schemed his way to power on Cybertron, forming a loyal and lethal band of followers known as the Autobots. Now Optimus Prime has set his sights on conquering the universe. The first step in his plan, harvest Earth's precious resources to destroy anyone standing in his way. Unless the heroic defender Megatron and his scrappy rebel band of Decepticons can find a way to stop him, Optimus Prime will continue his fight till all are gone, which is a play on his famous catchphrase, till all are one. And you have a nice image of shattering glass there with Transformers on the side and the Generations logo up top. So that's all we have for that. Instruction booklet, it's just picture Prime and words, things, we know how these work. Okay, now to focus on the figure himself, we're actually going to start with his trailer, get it out of the way. His trailer is done in black plastic with gray plastic molded here, rubber tires with chrome rims, which is very nice. You've got a metallic purple going for the stripes and the Autobot symbol, which is its own separate piece. Not that it comes off, but it is molded separately. A lot of nice molding detail on the top for the rivets. You got on the back, you've got some transparent plastic for red for the taillights with some black paint. And you've got the door molded in with the bumpers. On the front, it's just that. Down here, you've got more molded detail of spare molded tire. These are all done in separate plastics. None of it's painted except for the warnings over here. His trailer does connect. The connection port is right under here. If you fold these legs in, they will just plug in to these two little slots right here. It can be kind of tricky to line up sometimes, but most of the time it's pretty easy. And there you go. You can pull his trailer to the heart's content. And it rolls really smoothly. As far as turning goes, you can get a little bit, not so many sharp turns because it doesn't turn much farther than that. So just put it back to the side. If you don't want to pop these out, if your nails are cut or something, you can't get under there, you can actually take these, and they've got a little automorph feature, so if you bring them out, these stands go down. And it'll just sit like that. But for now, I am going to leave those in, and I'm going to have the stands popped out. Now you can come to the back. You lift this top a little bit, the doors will open, get some more molding, and you can pull a ramp out. And any of the Masterpiece cars, this is a Masterpiece hot rod, will fit in his trailer. I believe you can fit just one. It should be just one. Unless you have a small one like Bumblebee, then you could probably get two. And there you go. He can carry a Masterpiece car in his trailer. It's just like the MP10 mold. It's just repaint, but I like this one better. So I'm basically just doing a review for the MP10. So let's get this back out. Get out of there. Okay, we'll set him down. Another thing you can do, the trailer can open up. Oh, didn't mean to do that. So now you do want to come over here and open these up. So you've got all of the features splayed out, and just crack it open. And you get a little platform. Actually, I think I need to put these in. There we go. You get a little operating platform. Which is pretty nice. There's a lot of molded details in here. All along the sides. They do have repro labels if you wanted to like have screen displays that you could put in here, print out the stickers. You could do that if you wanted. I don't really want to do that, so I haven't. It does store his axe, which is where I usually keep it when I'm not using it. And his Energon axe is done in a green plastic. It's bendy all around, so you don't have to worry about breaking anything. The spikes down here are bendy, so you don't have to worry about breaking anything. Set that over here. His little repair drone, right here, does extend. And it works on a couple hinges. You've got one right here, which goes a full 180. You've got a double joint right here. It locks when fully extended here, but it does fully bend. And at the top, you've got another hinge for full range of movement here. And it's on a swivel. So you can get all kinds of crazy poses with it. You've got a little radar dish that flips up and down. It's got 180 degrees of movement, and the dish itself does spin all the way around. The claw here works on a couple different hinges. You've got this main one right here, which goes all the way under and all the way back up. Then you've got a hinge here that goes 180 and swivels. You've got a double jointed hinge back here, which has got that much movement there and can fold all the way in on itself here. And the claw does open and close, each on a separate piece. It is not molded together. And it can move up and down when closed just a little bit. That's right. Now you can open this. And this is where I like to keep his matrix. I'll get more on that in a minute, but that's where I like to store it for now. If you have the MP10, it comes with a little Spike figure, and Spike can sit in here or in any of these chairs. But Spike does not come with the Shattered Glass variant. One more thing you can do before we move on is, if you wanted to close it up, you can actually, on the sides, there are these little tabs you can fold in, and you can leave the drone out. And if you just line it up, you can get that. Now, he won't be able to move forward or back, but he can still spin, and you can still have access to the dish and the claw. And I believe that's it for the trailer. Not much. It's a nice added thing you get. Kind of completes the look. There's actually another thing that the trailer can do, but we'll get to that later. Now for the main part. Shattered glass. Pop his mirrors out. Going down the sides, you see a lot of molded detail, especially in the legs. You can see the step-ups. You get the more steps here. You get rivets pretty much everywhere. Smokestacks are done in a gray plastic, so are the gas cans. Chrome wheels, chromed tires with rubber wheels again. On the top, more molding through here, and some transparent pieces, mostly for his crotch plate. Flip him over. It's pretty clean, actually. These panels give some more molded detail. Here's his fake grill. This is where his matrix would store. I kept it out so I can display it more. But his matrix stores right in there. Coming on the front, you get all molded colors. The green is painted for the headlights and the lights up top. This is molded in this greenish plastic with the design of a broken windshield. Windshield wipers are done in silver paint. This whole silver stripe is paint as well. Everything else is just molded. The rear side view mirrors are also painted as well. On the side, you've got the Autobot logo done in purple on a white background. And up here, you've got "Till All Are Gone" in the Transformers font, which I like. And I believe that's all there is for that. Like I showed in the trailer, he rolls pretty smoothly. That's what you get with the rubber tires. That's pretty much what you expect with something like this. And is that it for truck mode? I believe so. So we're going to set him down and we're going to take a look at his matrix. Now his matrix is die cast. It is made of metal. The handles are not painted. That's the color of metal they were molded in. The core is painted, this copper color. And the gem is still blue. Let's see if this works. Okay. Very nice light piping. I don't know how well you can see that. But if you have any kind of light source anywhere, it shines pretty nice. Which I appreciate. And like I said, it stores underneath in here. I can show that off more during the transformation. Now for some size comparisons. We have, from our Devastator review, the Voyager Bone Crusher. Voyager Deluxe Hybrid. They're not exactly the same size. You can see how they scale. Here he is with Masterpiece Hot Rod. See how they scale? The Masterpieces are pretty consistent with their scale. Here he is with Generations Meter Skywarp. Let's see how they scale together. And here he is with the Movie 1 Night Watch Optimus Prime. Now this guy's a little worse for wear. You may remember him from our Nemesis review. As you can see, not near as long. Might do a review on him just later. And one final thing that you could do, if you wanted to, you can open up these, and I mean, here's obviously where his head sits, but if you had that Spike figure, you could sit him in either of these spots and have him riding in Optimus. Okay, that is the size comparisons and the trailer and the vehicle mode. Let's start transforming him. There's a couple things you can do right off the bat. You can fold in the side view mirrors. You can come to the back and pull up on the smokestacks. And those are all the little things you can get done out of the way right off the bat. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come back here. We're going to take these panels. They are on a double hinge. And we're just going to flip them around. They'll kind of snap in place so you can cover the tires. With the tires covered, we want to take these gas cans, untab them, and they will just accordion back on a hinge, and we'll fill up that last space there. do that on the other side, and that frees up the waist joint for the rest of the transformation, which we will need. Coming to the front, you just want to undo the headlights and the bumper if it doesn't come undone. And just move these down to the side. In your typical G1 style prime fashion, just take the arms and just bring them out. Just rest them right there for now. We'll do that on the other side. Oops. Okay. Now what I like to do is I like to just finish the arms since we're already here. So you pull them out as far as they'll go. Then you'll want to come to these little panels and flip them in. Take this panel, open it up, and you can spin the hands out, and it will tab back together so that swivel locks up, so you're not having to deal with that. And then just extend them down. So now his arms are finished. Now what we've got to do is we've got to open up the windows and flip his head out. Then you're going to take the grill, just untab it, and it will sit right up there. And while we're here, just take his matrix, and it will just fit right in there. I usually have to press mine in pretty hard to get it to stay flush, because for some reason my copy doesn't like to hold things. And then you'll just bring that down. You should close over the matrix and then bring that one down separately, just to clean all that up. Next thing I want to do is you want to come to the fake grill, and you're going to want to untab it. And it actually connects back here. This back piece has clamps that connect to a die-cast hinge, and you're going to want to undo that. You can really do that by just grabbing here, pulling up, and twisting forward, which is what I usually do. Once that's detached, take where the tires are. Actually, no, don't do that yet. Fold the headlight and the bumper all the way in. Then spin the tire back. And just move it up on its hinge to fill in. Move the arms out of the way, come to the back, and I'll just take these pieces, have them sit flush against his back. Then you'll just have them kind of sit like this on that die-cast hinge again, and just bring it forward. And there is a tab right here that will go into a clipping point on the fake grill. It'll just snap right in place. Close up the chest piece. Now there are these plastic things that grab over the edges of the grill. They don't really stay that well on mine, but again, that's because of the matrix. If I take them out, everything sits flush. Spin his waist around, untab the legs from each other, and just extend them. Slide his feet over if they haven't already, so like they were like this in vehicle mode. Just slide them over, open his feet up, and then take these panels from the side, just bring them around, and they will tab into the front to finish the legs. And I'm actually going to take his matrix back out because it's not letting his chest close all the way. So we're just going to set that there. We're going to close all of this up, straighten everything out, and there is Shattered Glass Optimus Prime in his robot mode. Now with his robot mode, it looks really good. It's still the MP10 mold, which Takara absolutely destroyed. They blew it out of the water. It's fantastic. It's still the best G1 mold for Optimus I've seen in God knows how long. But Shattered Glass here looks absolutely great. And again, a large part of that is due to the mold, but the colors really work for me. And I never read a Shattered Glass panel. I didn't ever see this storyline, but it looks really, really good. Looking at the head, I mean, the head sculpt is Optimus. There's no mistaking that. the mouth plate, the red eyes, that is painted. You've got the yellow crest painted. The face and the mask are also painted. You just have more of the detail going through here. You've got some molding for some panels and some abs right here. The transparent pieces on the waist. This blue crotch plate is painted. The silver on the legs is also painted. You've got some transparent clear plastic on the toes. Got kind of a mustard color for his arms, painted. The green lights are still painted, coming on the back. Very clean. You don't see vehicle really hanging out aside from the bumper and the headlights, but they're not blatantly obvious. Really, really nice, really nice. So for some articulation purposes, his head can look up and can't really look down, depends on what base level is to you. He gets like that much down movement. His head does rotate a full 360. The antennae are adjustable. If you want to have them angled back or have them angled forward, you can do whatever you want. Me personally, I like them. I like the straight up look. The arms, you can use the transformation joint to get some back movement. Not really forward because it locks, but you can get some back movement. If you pull the arms out all the way like I've got, you can get outward motion. About that far. The arms full 360 around. You get a swivel at the bicep. Goes all the way around. Mine's a little tight and kind of squeaks. You get 90 degrees of elbow bend. And the hands do rotate at the wrist. These 3 fingers are molded together, and this one has 2 hinges at this knuckle and at the hand. So you can get a little bit of motion out of his hands. He does have a waist joint because of his transformation, and it does go all the way around. His legs go forward about that far. They go back about that far. They go out that far. You get a swivel under the knee. You get 90 degrees of knee bend that way, and you get some bend forward for whatever reason you may deem necessary for that. And for the feet, you've got this pivot and this pivot for transformation, and you get a decent amount of ankle tilt for that. So that is that. Now, some other things that Prime can do. He can have his Energon axe. Now, the axe is molded to fit over the fist. It only works for his right fist. It's the only one it is molded to go over. It will not go over the left fist unless you want to break it. And you can see the thumb lines up with that little crease right there on his hand. And you can give him his Energon axe that he only used once in one episode, but that every G1 Prime toy seems to give him. But he can have his axe. Now, he did have a gun. I don't know where it is right now. I can't find it. He does have a G1 style gun. It is done in this silver, or this gray is the smokestacks. And for storage, it'll fold up and it will fit in his back. Again, I cannot find it. And it would fit into his hand the same way all masterpieces do, with the slot and tab in his hand. I can't find mine right now. So that's that. And one more thing you can do, bringing back the trailer. Fold all that in. I'm just gonna crack it open, pull up the ramp, and stand it up, and you can give him his repair bag. And let's just straighten him up now for these purposes. I'll just leave the axe because I don't feel like dealing with it. And you can just sit him right in there. And he can fit in his repair bag. And because of the way the drone works, you can bring this down down and have the claw come out or around and do repairs and get the whole look you wanted. Which I think is pretty neat. And now for some size comparisons in robot mode. Again, from our Bone Crusher view from the Constructicons. Here he is with the Generations Leader Skywarp. See, they're about the same size. Optimus is a little bit taller. Here he is with the Masterpiece Hot Rod. See how they look. And here he is with the ever-aging Nightwatch Optimus Prime, who can never really stand. You can see he's a little bit taller than Movie 1 Prime. There, now let's just fix him up a little bit. And that should about do it for Shattered Glass Optimus Prime. I really like this figure, in case that wasn't obvious enough. I think it is a great recolor of the MP10 mold, which is still, again, the best Optimus mold. I like the paintwork. It's very clean, it's very neat. The molded detail looks really good, especially on the trailer. All the rivets definitely add to the feel of it. And everything put together, it's a great figure. It has a lot of play value, or if you're a collector, you can just have him and he looks great on a shelf. You can put him in all kinds of poses. You can actually even replicate this one, which I've done before, and he looks great. He definitely looks really menacing if you give him the right angles. He's a lot of fun to play with. I love playing with him. He's so much fun. And I'm pretty sure that wraps it up. Now, if you want to see more of these reviews, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, the whole 9 yards that the YouTube makes you do. Who would you want to see next? Which character? And if we have a mold of him that we can do, we will gladly do it. And I think that's all of it from here. So from Lax Warrior and from Zach guest starring in this review, we're out.